Hi, in this video it's all about gear, or to be more precise, our mindset about it. There's nothing wrong or bad about gear, but as with any other thing, it's the amount of it, the quantity, that does the trick. So you need to find this golden middle line for you, to have a good relationship with gear. Now in this video I'll focus more on the thoughts I want to have more gear instead of I want to have less gear, because I think that's what troubles people the most. At least that's what I experienced myself. I have much more often the thoughts, this piece of gear would be so cool. Yes, I'd like to have it, and there's like this urge to buy it. And I think like this urge is so much bigger than the other urge, like, no, I won't buy anything. I think we all tend to want more gear because it's easier to put the responsibility for a video or a photo that isn't quite there where we want to have it on a new piece of gear we don't possess yet, instead of our own craft. And I realized myself that this is independent from how much gear you already have. That's what I noticed with myself. I catch myself with these thoughts like, if I would have a microphone, for example, that I could attach here to my collarbone, that would take my videos to the next level. The audio quality would be so good. And for example, another, a nifty 50, a 50mm lens. If I would have one of these, if I would buy one of these, then I would get this amazing B-roll that would really improve my videos. But ironically, the really ironical thing is that I already have everything that I need to level up my craft, to make better videos. And that's me, that's inside here. It's my creativity. It's my joy to capture moments and edit them. It's already everything you need. So why I am looking for material things that aren't really bringing me that? Because even if I have them, it's still my job or my work that will level up the skill. Because I need to use it. I need to think about how to use it. How can I make a video look better, or improve the color grading, or new filming angles, whatever. It's still my creativity that will lead me or bring me to my goal. Also, another thing, the more gear you possess, the more difficult it gets to actually use each single piece of gear. And I mean with that, really use it on a regular basis. And so that when you look in your kit and see the piece of gear X, for example, did you think like, yes, that was such a good investment, and I love it, and it already provides me so many good memories and shots, and it will provide me so many more, and that you're not looking at it and think like, I spent so much money on it, and I don't even really use it. Trust me, that's really not a good feeling to have. There's a good quote on the topic. So, everyone wants good cards, but in the end, whoever can play with all cards wins. So, wouldn't it be so much cooler to be able to play with all cards? I would love that. It sounds so great, just the imagination that you can, with whatever gear or things you have at your disposal, that you'll be able to create to do something. That's amazing, right? That would be amazing. And I don't think it's about like mastering all the cards. I don't think we'll ever reach that point that we will have this all-knowing property or skill. We'll always have to learn more, or there will always be something more to get to know. But I think it's more about the fact to give it a try, to be like, well, I get these cards, I'll try to find a solution. A good solution, and find a way to get something great with the things that I have. And there's work involved, of course, yes, but in my opinion, it's worth the price. So don't let your mind get limited by thoughts like, I need this piece of gear to level up my work, because you'll be able to achieve great results with whatever gear you have at your disposal. This is your superpower. You have this unique gear setup that will lead you, and together with your creativity, you'll get amazing results that will fill your heart with joy and, yeah, be happy and truly create and enjoy the process of create and level up your work and your craft and following your passion. So isn't that such a nice thing? And now if you're still thinking, well, Laura, it's very easy for you to say that with all the gear that you have. Well, what if you were standing in my shoes? Hey, I'm the future Laura and I jumped directly into your shoes. I don't know if you say that, but for this thumbnail, the thumbnail of this video, I decided to don't use any camera body and lenses and stuff that I have. I just used my phone, and I did that to encourage you and to show myself and everybody else that it's truly not about the gear. It's not about the material stuff that you have, but it's about the creativity, the thought behind and the actions and the stuff you do with it. So I put all the gear that I have in a cardboard box, and with duct tape I made like this big cross over it to show that even more that it's really not about the gear on the thumbnail. And for this thoughts, the creativity, the mindset, I put the light bulb right beside this cardboard box. The only piece of gear I used is a tiny pocket light. At first I used a big light bulb. Afterwards, in the process, then I realized, well, this light bulb might be a little bit too big, so I switched it out for a smaller one. And then I turned out with this thumbnail, and I'm pretty happy about it. It's great. So I didn't know what I could make better with a camera for this thumbnail, and I think that's truly a good sign, right? Let me know what you think about this thumbnail and the result I got with a phone. And now we'll go back to the original video and to the example I mentioned in there. It's also behind the scene of a thumbnail shoot, but a different one, of course. So a little story behind my most clicked video on my channel. That's the video I did about how to connect my Sony a7 III or a Sony a7 III to your smartphone. And I actually took this thumbnail photo on a phone. I had one camera at a time, and usually then I took the thumbnails with my phone. And since in this thumbnail I needed to have the phone as well because it's how to connect the camera with the phone, then I just asked my boyfriend if I could borrow his phone. Yeah, I used that, turned the whole living room upside down to find the perfect spot, and then edited the thumbnail on Lightroom and InDesign. And I remember vividly how happy I was about the result. And since so many people clicked on that video, the first thing you see is the thumbnail, right? So it can't be that bad. And if I could do that with a phone, just finding a solution with the gear, the setup that I have. Sorry, I'm hungry. I'll go eat afterwards. But if I could do that, you can too. We all can. So let's focus more on creating photos, creating videos, creating whatever you're doing, creating art, because in the creation, there is where all the magic is happening. So now let me know your thoughts on the topic and write them below in the comment. I would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot for your comment, and now if you're interested in the most clicked video I talked about before, I'll link it for you in the end card so you can go ahead and watch that if you'd like to. And thanks a lot for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!